name is Clayton, and welcome to another episode of the Watch Dog Podcast. I'm a professional dog runner and watch enthusiast talking to his pals about dogs and watches. How's everyone doing? Thank you so much for listening. You know I appreciate it. I missed everybody last week, but I am back with a mystery guest. It was his birthday. Happy birthday to Keith. Probably your fifth or sixth appearance on the podcast. Welcome back. How are you, sir?
Good. Thanks for having me. I'm glad the podcast is back once again.
Well, thank you. You actually helped convince me to just who cares about not being regular, just be back. So I appreciate your advice and I hope you had a nice birthday.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. Never proclaim that the podcast is over. That's what I ask of you. If anything, just leave it open-ended and then maybe you'll be back one day,
It's not out of the realm of possibility that I will disappear for weeks on end again. It could happen, but yes, I promise I will not end it officially ever again. I deleted that episode, actually.
Oh, you did?
Okay. Yeah. It actually had a lot of downloads, and I felt like it was a little confusing, so just got rid of that one. So there's a gap now. There's 105 and then jumps to 107, so I have to put a 106 somewhere back in there.
Yeah.
So what'd you do on your birthday?
Oh, I ended up buying a car, which sounds fun to some people, but I'm not a big fan of spending money. I have no interest in cars, but the car I had was just so terrible that I had to get a new one. So new to me car, I should say.
So how's it? It's a Mazda, right? 2024?
2023 Mazda. Yeah, it's good so far.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Getting used to all the, is it like a big step up in technology?
Oh yeah. I mean, a 2006 car.
Oh yeah, gosh.
So I'm lucky that it had seatbelts and airbags,
My neighbor is an older guy, and he had a Ford Ranger for years. I don't even know what year that thing was. If it was made in the 90s, it would not shock me. And he was forced into buying a brand new Ford truck, and he hates it. He's like,
those are expensive too, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're expensive. It has way too much technology for him. He's like, I hate this thing. I want my Ranger back. The bed sucks. It's short. There's so much technology. I have no idea what I'm doing. I hate this thing. And gosh, such a nice truck.
Yeah, I've had to watch YouTube videos of how to actually work my car.
So what's in there? You have a big backup camera. Do you have an iPad in the middle console? Because I feel like every new car I go in has a freaking iPad.
No, actually, what they did was they just announced. So the CX-5 has had the same model, the same design of the car for a long time. And they just announced the 2026 version, which completely did away with all of the buttons for the AC and the heat and everything. And now everything's on this massive screen. And I'm so glad that I don't have that one. Actual buttons are underrated, I'd say.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Well, congratulations. It does actually sound like a horrible birthday, horrible way to spend the day.
I was
it's always 5 hours in that dealership.
Oh yeah. The person in front of me, there was someone, they only had one dude that you could pay, and the person in front of me took forever. So I was just kind of stuck there, but first world problems, it wasn't so bad.
Yeah. I don't know about you, and I think we talked a little bit about this in text and stuff, but I feel like a part of my childhood died or officially ended this week with all the people passing away. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, Ryan Sandberg this week.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard. It's sad, actually. I feel silly saying that, but it really is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge, especially growing up, I was a huge Ozzy Osbourne fan. I still appreciate a lot of his music. So that was... he wasn't in the best of health, but after this massive concert that he did surprisingly well at, I was worried that he wasn't going to be able to get through it or anything, but it actually sounded pretty good. So it was just a big shock. And I've been watching a lot of Ozzy stuff, listening to Ozzy music, and that's a tough one. That's one of my faves. Not here.
Yep, agree. I was lucky enough to see Black Sabbath on their reunion tour, farewell tour, I guess, I want to say 2016, 2017, I believe, at Madison Square Garden. That was epic. Bill Ward was not drumming, but was my friend and I were laughing because Tony Iommi is just making these incredible sounds on the guitar, and he just stands there and makes it look so easy.
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
guitarists will move like like it looks like it's taking some effort. Maybe it's not, but it at least looks like it is. And and Geezer too, they're doing these incredible things on the bass and the guitar, and they literally just stand there like, It's really
Yeah, you don't
funny.
hear Geezer's name brought up when you hear like the best guitar or best bass players, and he's so good. And he was a big like he wrote most of the
Yeah,
lyrics, right?
main lyricist for them. Yep.
Which is interesting about Ozzy. Ozzy didn't really write music much. He didn't really write lyrics much.
Melodies.
But he was just the guy who, the front man who you needed,
Yep. They will say, I think Tony has said it before, he was integral in the melodies for a lot of the songs. So if you look on his solo stuff anyway, he has songwriting credits because I'm always interested. Like I know they screwed Bob Daisley out of writing credits. He and Sharon, well, Sharon probably mostly on a lot of his solo stuff. And he doesn't get the credit he deserves. He wrote the lyrics for Bob Daisley, wrote the lyrics for a lot of Ozzy's biggest hits.
Yeah, I was watching something recently, and Bob Daisley and Randy Rhoads kind of like taught Ozzy how to write.
Yes. Yep.
Do you have, I don't know how much you followed his solo career, and sorry if this is boring for the people who want to hear about Watchers, but do you have like a favorite Ozzy guitar player?
Yeah. So let's see. Randy Rhoads was, I mean, he's amazing, but I don't know. He's not one of those guitar players that I go back to. Like there are some guitar players whose solos I will just fast forward to in songs because I'm so into them. I really like Jake E. Lee. I mean, Zach's awesome, but I don't think he's one of my favorite guitar players. So if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Jake E. Lee, actually.
Yeah, that's like, it seems to be what a lot of people say, actually.
Yep.
And probably because he's underrated, so a lot of people make sure that people know that Jake E. Lee was, the best. But I'm a Randy Rhoads guy. I love Randy Rhoads. That 1981, I think it was filmed, like that classic Ozzy's wearing that blue and with the white like tassels or whatever those are. That classic, I mean, you just watching Randy on there, he just makes it look so easy, but he picks so well. It's not like Eddie Van Halen where there's a lot of finger tapping. Randy Rhoads does that too, but there's so like the picking is so good too. But Zach is awesome too. I like the Randy Rhoads and the Zach albums better than the Jake E. Lee, so that has some sway with me as well. But what a awesome guitar player after awesome guitar player after awesome guitar player that he had. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, incredible musicians all around. I mean, drummer Randy Castillo, Mike Borden, he's amazing. I mean, goes all the way back. So, yep, rest in peace, Ozzy. I mean, the Hulkster. I know, controversial figure. I mean, said some really offensive things, and unfortunately or fortunately, his reputation was tarnished the last 10 years. You're seeing it in the responses, but. That was Terry Bollea, the guy. Hulk Hogan to me is still, I remember him when I was a 10-year-old watching wrestling. That's who Hulk Hogan is to me. And then when I was a teenager in the NWO. So, I tried my best to just kind of stay in my teen years when I remember Hulk Hogan and not for the person who said those awful things.
Yeah. Well, I missed a lot of the Hulk Hogan years we were talking because I didn't watch in the 80s. And by the time I was watching in the 90s, he was in WCW and I was a WWF guy.
Yeah.
But, his match versus The Rock at WrestleMania is amazing. Talk about a crowd that was just like perfect for that match that were so loud. So when I think of Hulk Hogan, obviously I think of the guy who was just in town selling American beer like 6 months ago at the local grocery store. But I think of that match with The Rock, which is really good.
Yeah, my buddy Mario, who I'm actually going to SummerSlam this week. He texted me the picture just from last year, whenever that was, last summer. Hogan came to a bunch of liquor stores in Rhode Island, and Mario and his kid went and met him and got pictures with him and stuff. So the beer is not good. I think it's rebranded Busch Light, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really bad. We got it last year when we tailgated for Metallica at Gillette Stadium because we tend to drink quite a few, and those were, I think, less than like 4% or very light, right around there, light alcohol content. And it's just rebranded Bush Light, man. It's gotta be. It's just really bad. Beer flavored water. But yes, rest in peace to our heroes and legends. Anyway, 10 minutes in, we should probably get into watches. I think it's a really fun episode today. You probably saw the title. Before we get into it, though, let's do a wristwatch check. What are you wearing?
I am wearing the Seiko Speed Timer. I have a 39 millimeter Panda dial version, SSC 813, I believe it is. Solar quartz. And it's like I wear it around the house a lot. So yeah, I've had it, I bought it last year, I think. Yeah, middle of last year. So maybe I've had it about a year now. It's really great. You know, when I think of my collection, I have a 6 watch limit, and sometimes when I think about bringing a new watch in, I know what the first one's going to go, and sometimes this one comes up as like a second or third choice. But every time I wear it, I love it, so I think it's going to be around a while.
Yeah, I think it's nice to have one of those just reliable quartz watches. Now, I don't know what the accuracy is on that. Does it fare pretty well, or like 15 seconds per month? That's the standard I have found.
You know, I've never timed it. Sometimes when it's been a while, I'll notice that it's a little off and reset it again, but I don't notice like how off it's been and when the last time it set it. So
Right.
it's way more accurate than any other watch I have. So that's all I know.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a great watch. I went to the Seiko AD a couple weeks ago to get my Jaws watch. I think this might be the official reveal. Yes, I bought I went swimming a few times, and I was a little afraid to take my SNR. It's the only dedicated like dive watch I have right now. I guess that I would. My Shinola is 6 years old. I definitely don't want to swim in that. Like to get that pressure tested. But the SNR is like 5 years old. It was released in 2020. Little nervous to take it swimming just because a spring drive repair from water damage. I don't want to see that bill. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I bought the Jaws 50th anniversary Seiko turtle, and it's pretty cool. My wife really likes it. Actually, the dial's really nice. The Jaws, you really don't notice that logo. It's covered by hands half the time anyway, so it's not bad. And yeah, went swimming with it, and it held up fine. And it is running. It's the best 4-hour movement I think I've ever had. It was like plus 10 seconds in a week. Usually they're plus 10 seconds by the afternoon if you wear it in the morning.
Well, I used to say that about a Seiko I used to have. I was like, man, this 6 hours is amazing. And then like a year into it, it wasn't keeping great time at all. So
Right.
hopefully it lasts for you. It might not, but
Yeah. But anyway, I saw all the speed timers. They still have the Pogish one there. I don't know how much business they do. I don't think they sell a lot of Seiko watches. He texted me that he had the Jaws watch. I think he knows I'm a sure thing.
yeah.
But yeah, he's like, I haven't heard from him in a long time, and he said, yeah, we haven't really gotten anything in, so I just haven't texted you. I didn't think you'd be interested in anything. Apparently, they're getting like pre-owned Rolex now and stuff. So,
Oh, interesting.
After
After the hype's over.
Yeah,
After
right.
the hype's
Yeah,
over, they
after
get
the hype's
pre-owned
over, they
Rolex.
get it. Yeah. What else do they carry? Frederic Constant, Alpina. The Alpina watches are nice. I don't know that I would ever buy one, but they're nice in person. What else do they? Citizen. They may have like Michelle or something like that, like fashion brand for women. But yeah, they have desirable Seiko models. I mean, they still have some of those Rowing Blazers models. I think the popular colors. Yeah, kind of crazy that nobody swoops in there. I think they are kind of a hidden gem when it comes to Seiko. They have a lot of limited edition, even SLA models and stuff. They just, I don't know.
Yeah, me and my wife and a friend just watched Jaws for the first time.
Oh yes.
I think it holds up.
Oh, it
It was
holds up.
enjoyable
Yep.
to watch.
Yep.
It's better when you don't really see the shark and when it's like you just see it under the water, but when it's prominent, it looks a
Right.
little not great. But it was a good movie for sure.
Well, that was by design. If you notice, they really don't show the shark all that much because they had so many problems with it. The mechanical shark named Bruce. If you go to Universal Studios LA, they actually have that shark there. I got a picture
okay.
near it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Bruce was its name. They called it Bruce, the mechanical shark.
Interesting.
Yeah. But that's why they wanted to show it more, but it was just so horrible to work with. And it looks so bad that they had to just limit it. I think it works for the movie, actually, the
Yeah,
fact that you don't see it as much.
I agree.
I am wearing the Detroit Lions Breitling as
Okay.
it is the day of the Hall of Fame game, the first preseason game of the year. So the Lions are playing the Chargers. They are losing 21-7, but they are not starting a single starting player, so it's no big deal. But now it's probably people that won't even be in the league in a couple weeks that are playing right now. So anyway, yes, had to wear. Now I haven't worn this much in the off season, really since January. Probably only a handful of times, but it will dominate my wrist during the NFL season, of course.
Yeah, I texted you over the weekend because I was at a store and they had two of the Bears
Yes.
watches there, just at one store on the shelf. I don't know if they have any in the back still, but I was surprised because it was such a low number and to see two there. But yeah, you got to be a special kind of fan to
Yeah.
drop that
I
money
don't
on it.
know
Yeah,
how much. Maybe if the Bears are good this year, it'll.
yeah.
But I looked online and you can still buy the Lions one from Breitling. So probably didn't
Okay.
sell all that well. There's only 104 of each one.
Hmm.
And probably like 52 on bracelet and 52 on rubber strap.
Okay.
That's probably how they do it. I was lucky enough to I got hooked up with the bracelet and the strap.
Oh,
But
nice.
I can't get a good fit on the bracelet though. There's the
Mm.
butterfly clasp. It's either way too tight or way too loose for my liking. I've thought about
Uh,
actually putting it on the bracelet, but yeah, just it for me to wear it, I'd have to wear it loose, and it's just too loose. I just don't like it. It looks like jewelry, like way loose, flopping around.
well, I know we've been talking a lot, so we'll hurry up. But a quick rant. So
Sure.
Rado just came out with they just announced a 39 millimeter non-limited, the first non-limited 39 millimeter Captain Cook.
Yes.
And
Nice
it's a
dial.
great dial. It's like a turquoise dial, which is like up my alley. It looks great. There's just a couple like videos from other countries that are on YouTube right now, and they have a long clasp with no micro adjust. Can you believe this in 2025? What is going on
Yeah.
here?
It's
How can they
bad.
possibly? Now, I don't know if they have half links or not, but even so, even with the regular links are long. So hopefully they have some half links, but how can you not just put in a couple micro adjusts on a clasp like that? I don't understand.
Yeah, I can see if you're, I don't like it with Grand Seiko, but I understand why they do it. Low profile, small clasp. Same with like the Citizen and other brands. But if you're going to the trouble of putting a long clasp on there, come on. What are you
I
thinking?
know.
Swatch Group, come on.
It's crazy. I couldn't believe it.
I didn't
Watch
even
looks
know
great
that.
though.
Wow. Yeah, I did not investigate it outside of the dial, which you showed me, and yeah, looks really nice. It's a nice. I guess you can probably put a strap on there, or
Oh yeah,
maybe
yeah.
switch out the clasp. Even I don't know, but all right. Well, let's get in. Yeah, 18 minutes in. Let's get into our topic. So we thought it would be fun if we may do a series, maybe like a trilogy of podcasts, but we'll start it with. It'll be like top four, top five. We'll see. We were going to do five, but we're already 20 minutes in.
Should we do three?
I say let's call it a top three for now. If we're good on time, we'll go to four, and if we're really good on time, we'll go to five. How about
Okay,
that?
sounds good.
Because I think we have other ideas that we could maybe do five on. But yeah, let's.
Hmm.
We haven't talked like this in a while, and it's your return to the podcast, so we had to catch up a little bit. But yes, so there's a lot of brands I've owned. I feel like tons of brands. I haven't actually done a count, but I would think it's an embarrassing amount of different brands. But there are still brands out there 7 years into this thing that I have not owned. But I always look at them and I really want to own. So I thought it'd be fun if we went through, I guess we'll start with three brands each that we really want to own, but we just haven't gotten around to it yet. And maybe just highlight a couple watches that we're eyeing from those brands. How's that?
Sounds good.
All right, you're the guest, my friend. Why don't you kick us off?
So the way I did rank mine, so I'm going for, you know, I'm going from the bottom to the top. So my
Okay.
number one is a clear number one. The threes can go between two, but I'm going to go with Doxa.
Ah,
I've been interested in Doxa for years. Um, I love the sub 300, especially. For the longest time, I wanted the aquamarine, like the blue dial. Now I'm a big shark hunter fan, the black dial with the orange, accents. This sub 300 carbon, also fantastic. Um, Couple of reasons why I've never bought one. And have seen them in person. I did get to see them in New York a couple of years ago. I was at an AD there. They were at. I didn't go to Wind Up this year, which is like the first year Doxa was there. It was like the one thing I was missing. I wanted to see them again. The biggest reason there's a few big reasons. One is I know three people personally, and I don't know that many people who are into watches, okay? I know three people personally who have had to deal with their customer service. It's been horrible.
Wow.
Like terrible experiences that like, how can it be this bad? So that's a big turnoff. Now, these days, they're in more ADs. They're at Toppers, I think, has them.
Yep.
Exquisite, I think, might have them.
They have them now.
So
Yep.
maybe if you have a problem with your watch and you go through the AD, maybe it's a much better experience. But because of that, that was like a huge turnoff to me. It was like simple stuff with it, just like getting back to people, which doesn't seem to be that bad. And then also, and this is actually getting better over time, I thought the prices were a bit high for what you were getting, especially for the sub 300, which is higher than the sub 300T. Um, I've noticed, I haven't done an actual like research comparison, but anecdotally, it seems that while brands have really been increasing their prices lately, Doxa has not been. So with each passing year, they're actually getting better priced than they were the year before. So nowadays, it doesn't seem like that much of a stretch to purchase a Doxa for the prices that they're asking.
Yep.
And I haven't looked at pre-owned prices lately. Maybe they're even better now. Maybe because they're more readily available at ADs. I don't know. I actually spotted a Doxa in person for the first time like 3 weeks ago, which is always exciting I mean, how many times do you see a Doxa
Right.
in person? He had the orange dial Doxa. We actually had a dog event. There was a dog jumping competition.
Oh, that's
Very
cool.
Watchdog podcast
Yeah,
event.
geez, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And they had like the top like
Dog agility stuff.
border collie in
Yeah.
the US there, which was like it was amazing, But yeah, I love Doxa. I love the sub 300. I even like the sub 200. The thing with Doxa is you go on the website, there's a million models that all look exactly the same.
Right.
But I still think the sub 300 would be the one for me. And maybe it's in my future, maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah, so the only one I've been an admirer also. They were a brand that I was attracted to right when I got into the hobby, and like you, avoided for a long time. I don't know why. I had the opportunity to buy. So I did finally pull the trigger, the Topper limited edition Great White loom dial. Really like the blue indices and text. And man, you know what? I love the story behind it. I actually was lucky enough to like get that watch early a little bit. But I don't know. I was not overly impressed with the quality of the watch, I would say. I don't know. Like, it was one of those watches after the honeymoon wore off. And I was also in the throes of wearing my Lions watch as a good luck charm. They hadn't lost yet since I bought it. So I was, I wore that Doxa for a couple days and then went right back to the Lions watch. So I think I didn't even wear it until the Lions lost, which was like a month and a half later after I bought it. And I'd only worn it like once. So I went back to it and I don't know, the thrill was gone. Didn't resonate with me. I really like the I don't know what they're called officially, like the carbon fiber models. I think the Diving Star, which is the yellow, I think that would be the one I would go for. If I were to buy another Doxa, I think that would be the one. I really think that's sharp. I like the white dial carbon as well, but I don't know, something about the yellow and black really looks good to me. So I think that would be the one I would go for next. But yeah, I think I'm happy that I owned one, but I think it's out of my system now.
When I saw the Doxa in person, it was after years of hype, years of watching YouTube videos, and I was slightly disappointed in person as well. But like I said, the more the price is reasonable, the more,
Yes.
I may get one.
I'm in some groups and they go for way cheap. I mean, sweetheart deals for people in the group, obviously, but I don't know, like
Yeah,
$1,200. They're pretty low. Really great deals.
the catch is they have a polished bezel. One section of the bezel is polished. It's kind of like in two parts, and it's
Yes.
always like destroyed,
Yeah,
pre-owned. So,
that's right.
and I keep my watches looking nice, so it's hard to find like a really good
Yeah.
condition one.
Yeah, mine was pretty scratched. It's good. I'm not easy on my watches. I'm pretty tough on my watches. So but yeah, overall in pretty good shape. The guy who bought it didn't seem to mind the clasp. I didn't like the bracelet. I took it right off the bracelet. That watch came with a rubber strap as well. So I did scratch that clasp up, but he still wears it. He loves it. It was like one of his grails, he said, and he was very happy to get it. So
Nice.
And the good thing about that one, it was reasonably priced, like $2,900. I got about that for it because there were only 100 of those made, and they sold very fast. So tried it for a while. Wasn't too enamored with it and moved it on. But I love the story behind it. I love Topper, obviously, and that's why I bought it in the first place. But the watch itself, was happy to pass that one on. All right, me. So I'm going to go. I don't know if you consider this an independent brand or a micro brand. Toledano and Chan. Phil Toledano, who's like an artist, designer, and Alfred Chan. They came out with like this brutalist rectangular watch called like the B/1, the B1. That sold out really fast. That was like a lapis lazuli dial. And then earlier this year, they came out with a second version, mother of pearl dial. They sell out so fast. I mean, you don't have a chance. I think this last one sold out in like 12 minutes, something like that. I mean, really just impossible. The price holds me off a little bit. They're like, and now they're giving a special high price for the US due to the tariffs and everything. I think they're like 600 more in the US than they are the rest of the world. But yeah, like $6,300. I think it's a Solita movement in there. It's nothing special. You're paying for the design. Really like multifaceted crystal, which is really cool. Crowns on the left side, like Destro. I think they look awesome. They're not to everybody's cup of tea. My wife wasn't really a huge fan, and I think she's glad I didn't end up buying one. But yeah, I don't know. Everyone I've seen come up on pre-owned is more than retail. Also, they're going over. I think they're very hypey. I don't know if you know who Phil Toledano is. He's been on a bunch of podcasts, and I think he did a Talking Watches.
Oh, really? No,
yeah,
I don't.
yeah. So he's been on a number of podcasts now. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Funny, like dry sense of humor, British guy. Yeah, just a very dry sense of humor, but really love that watch. And that's one watch, if I can ever find at a decent pre-owned price, I would think about it. All right, what's your next one?
Next one's the obvious one. You may have heard of this brand called Rolex,
Oh, yes.
which, I enjoy Rolex. I think it's just certain things that are keeping me from buying one. One is their lack of anything between like 37 and 40 millimeters. So you're either buying like a smaller 36 date just, or you're buying like, a 41 millimeter sub that wears big. So I think that's part of it. I had a lot of interest in the Wimbledon date just, and it's just a tough sizing. So I asked the person at the store, "Hey, can I see the 36?" And they're like, "You want the 41? Believe me, you want the 41." So I tried on the 41. It was too big, I thought. But then when I put on the 36, it seemed too small.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's and some of the watches I like I really love the 40 millimeter rose gold Yachtmaster, which they don't make anymore. But don't know if I want to wear that amount of money on my wrist. It's just I haven't found that perfect Rolex for me yet. I really like those 39 OPs that they had at one point. I wish they had, in between sizing for a date just, because those OPs are a little plain. I really love the Cermet, but again, it's just a little big on me. I noticed I haven't found the right one, but I would, you know, and it's kind of not fun. But when you watch spot when you're watching something, it's always a Rolex.
Right.
Anytime you see a celebrity wearing a watch, it's always a Rolex. So that, as someone who grew up where listening to music, where like you were cool if you liked the bands that no one else liked, and it was like you hated when the band you loved got really popular. It's like it's kind of like there's that side of it too. Um, but maybe one day. But
I know the
I
brand is a
still,
real struggle for people. Like, and I kind of feel like that too. Because I'm really not a Rolex guy. Like, what do I have in common with Rolex? Very, very little. So I think that's why I have settled on the Air King after
mhm.
owning a few. It's, it's ugly. It's sort of just goes unnoticed. If somebody is scouting you to rob you or something, no one's going to. They may recognize it as a Rolex, but I'm not sure it's not popular. It doesn't trade very high over retail. I think sometimes under retail. But yeah, those 39 OPs, I think they're kind of interesting. There's like that grape one. There's
Mhm.
the like Seattle Seahawks color one, like with
Yeah.
the blue and the neon on the indices. I don't know. Those are kind of interesting to me. And I owned the 214 270 39 millimeter Explorer. And I still, even though the Air King is 40 and it's fine, that 39 millimeter Explorer, that was where it was at. So yes, 39 millimeters is Rolex does it very well. So I know you may not be interested in buying an older watch that it's potentially beat up a little bit, but I don't know. I think the 39 would really work for you.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite 39 OP is the gray with the blue, the light blue
Oh
accents. I
yeah,
think that's pretty
anthracite.
cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
And
Yep, nice one.
the thing too, again, with the prices of Rolex, when I think of what I could buy from Grand Seiko for those prices,
Yep.
and Grand Seiko just wows me like, more than other brands, then it's tough. Like the lower end of Rolex OPs and Datejust, what you can get for that money from other brands is so much more.
Yeah.
Um, but they hold their value, so someone likes it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's all what you're into. I mean, every Grand Seiko just sort of blurs together. Like I think it's like when Bobby had never heard of the UFA on the Watch Soup. He's like, "Oh, that release totally got by me." They do sort of, and if you're not paying like close attention to the brand, just like every one sort of looks the same. Like maybe the dial looks a little different. So I do kind of glaze over them even when I go to the authorized dealer because I don't know. I just get there's so many of them. Even though there's not, there is. But yeah, I guess Rolex does bracelets better. To me, they just feel a little better built overall than Grand
Mhm.
Seiko. I'm probably making people mad at that. But
They probably feel better built than pretty much any
yeah,
brand.
I mean, they do. The
Yeah.
designs don't always, they're a little too classic sometimes for me.
Yeah, we're the opposite. I like a little more classic. I always tell when you are gonna like a watch if I don't like the watch.
Yeah,
So,
right.
so I think we have opposite tastes,
Yeah,
and Rolex is kind of more my taste.
yeah. Yeah, I mean that. I think that's why the Air King, like I said, has stuck in my collection because it is a little bonkers and a little weird, and I just really like the pops of color. I mean, I can take or leave the, all the fives and everything, but I love the pop of green on the second hand and the yellow coronet. I just think it looks great, so I love
Hmm.
that. It's kind of a fun watch. I don't really love monochrome watches, so if I can get a black dial watch with just a splash of color, I
Yeah,
like
I'm the
that.
same way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So another brand I have never owned actually, which is probably surprising, Tag Heuer. I have never owned Tag in my 7 years of watch collecting. I think the Skipper is on the short list. The Carrera, I got to try it on when I went to my authorized dealer in New Jersey in November. Uh, she offered me a nice discount. It's yours if you want it. I can send it to you if you want to think about it. It wears so great. Those Carreras, the glass box, same thing.
Mm.
The reverse panda glass box, they just wear awesome. 39 millimeters. They're not too thick. You can put any strap on those. I mean, so versatile. Man, they're so good. The solar aqua racers, those are
Hmm.
killer. The one in titanium, it just wears so great. You're paying a lot for what's essentially spruced up Eco Drive. I think they did work with Citizen to use Eco Drive movements for those. Those are really cool. I'm not big on the F1s. Those aren't nostalgic for me. I wasn't old enough for those to really mean anything to me, so I don't get that like nostalgic kick that a lot of people do with those. I just wasn't into watches in the 90s, and I did not like the Tag logo in the 90s, so those don't really sing to me. But yeah, I don't know. That Skipper or that Reverse Panda glass box may be in my future. I've never put my money where my mouth is when I talk about Tag and defend them and, really think they deserve more credit. So one of these days I'm going to have to pony up and actually buy one.
Yeah, those solar aqua racers, there's a couple. I think there was a limited edition recently with some kind of media outlet, Fratello maybe, or I
Yeah.
don't know, some other one. I forget. It had like gilt accents. That was really cool. I think there's a gray dial with the blue seconds hand. That's a really cool one. Um, I don't know if I've seen one of those glass box Carreras in person.
Oh, I think you would actually really like those.
You go for the purple one?
That's actually nice too. I've never seen
Yeah,
that
it
one in
is a nice
person.
purple,
I
actually.
haven't seen it in person, but there are a couple people on some of the Facebook groups I'm in who own that one, and yeah, it looks really nice. I'm not opposed to a purple watch.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
gone there yet, but how about you? No, no, no chance for purple.
I think there's less of a chance than other colors. I've realized that I just like a standard, like a little more standard colored dial just because I don't know. I got that Seiko 5 GMT with the orange dial. I'm just like, I don't think I'm like a bright colored kind of dial person.
Right.
Now, there's a way you could do each color what I think will work. Like, I don't like red dials, but I had the Ming 1709 burgundy dial, and that looked really great. And I think that glass box purple looks really great. So I think there's the variations of color dials, which I think will work for me.
Yeah, I'm open to pretty much any color, really. I don't know, even pink if it's done properly, but my watch box is pretty colorful right now. I have a green, a yellow. That Jaws watch is sort of a gradient of blue and white, and uh, yeah, I think I only have one black dial watch in my main watch box now, and that's the Air King, and that has some color on it. So I'm feeling
Mhm.
color right now. You never know if that'll change, but I have to decide. Total side tangent here. Which watch I'm going to wear to SummerSlam?
Mm.
I'm thinking about the Nomos, but the Lions watch has kind of been my memory watch. Every trip I've taken since I've owned it, I've worn it. We went to South Carolina, went to Philadelphia. I had it on both times. So, do I keep?
I think you answered your question. I think the Lions watch is the one.
Yeah, but I don't know. Now that I have the Nomos, like, that's my traveling watch. I'm not changing
Oh
time
yeah.
zones though. So that's not very exciting. All right. We're moving along here now that we're getting going. How about your third choice?
Um, yeah, so this is really my number one choice. This
Okay.
is the people who know me is the obvious choice. And I have no reason that I haven't bought one besides the fact that I just haven't. Like, there's nothing holding me back besides my unwillingness to spend money. But the brand that's number one that I'm sure I'll add one day is Longines.
Oh, yes.
And they have many watches. Like, unlike Rolex, where I think like, oh, they just don't have that perfect. Same with Omega, they just don't have that perfect watch for me. No, Longines has the perfect watch for me. They have multiple variations of a perfect watch for me. I love the Spirit Zulu. I love the regular Spirit. I love the Legend Diver. I tried on a Legend Diver thinking, okay, the Spirit Zulu is the one for me, but I just want to try on this Legend Diver. And I just felt like it fit like a glove. The bracelet just felt high quality. I love the look of it. I'd get the green dial one. Um, but that's a great one too. That really made me rethink everything. And even their master collection, those like dress watches with the engraved numbers in the dial, they have like a really cool salmon dial one. Um, Laundry is knocking it out of the park. Did I mention the 37 millimeter Spirit is also awesome. They have they haven't come out with a new one in a while, which is surprising. Ever since they announced like the black blue when they announced the 37 Spirit in general, they haven't updated it since then. But yeah, Longines just and the Spirit Zulu, I love the green bezel with the gilt accents. I love the titanium version with the gilt. They have it on the website. They haven't mentioned it at all yet, but on the website they have a black dial, black bezel, but rose gold accents version of it, which looks awesome too. I keep checking YouTube to see videos of it. And it's weird. Like Longines will put something on their website before they announce it. It's this kind of, they did that with like the white version of, I noticed that with the white version of the Legend Diver as well. So many great choices. I'm so impressed with the quality of Longines every time I see one. I will have one day. Just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, that feels inevitable. You talk about
Yeah.
them a lot. Every time I see a video, I think of you and send it. But figure you've already seen it. Yeah, so that feels inevitable. They make great watches. I've owned one. I owned that Hodinkee Sector dial for a while. I think if I were to own another one, it would be the Big Eye.
Interesting.
Probably
Okay.
titanium with the blue dial. I've seen that in person. It wears well. It's light. It's great. I those come up at pretty good prices pre-owned also.
Okay.
So I think I could make that happen one of these days. And if it comes up and I'm having a moment of weakness, probably definitely will happen. I'm not like a huge GMT guy, even though I think those are very nice. I mean, if I were to buy a GMT, more of a traditional GMT, that would be the one I would go for. Probably, yeah, I don't know what size. Probably wouldn't make the mistake that guy made in that video that we highlighted on Watch Soup. He wanted the 43. 39 probably. But
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, they're
lugs
known
are
for having
long.
long
Yeah,
lugs.
yeah,
The 39 on a bracelet is almost too big for my wrist, but I would think I would just deal with it. I'm not, the thing with GMTs is I don't care about the functionality at all, but GMT watches just look cool.
yeah,
So I tend to gravitate towards them, even though I don't really like if they had a diver that looked like the Spirit Zulu, I would be fine with that as well.
yeah.
And yeah, the Hydro Conquest line, which I didn't mention, also cool watches, not in my top four, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know what it is about. I like a sort of non-traditional GMT, like even like the Nomos. It does it, but in a slightly different way, which I like, and it's just easier for me to read the time. And also, I just really like dive bezels. So if I'm gonna I don't want like a bi-directional bezel.
Mhm.
That's just not something I like to play with. It's weird, I know. But GMTs are obviously popular. It's the golden age of GMTs, that's for sure. Micro brands, major brands, a lot of them are doing really great ones. So if you're into GMTs, it's a good time to be alive. That's for sure.
Yeah, like we were talking about, like we don't like just the monochrome black
Yes.
dials on a bracelet. The GMT allows for an extra something,
Yep.
So I think that's why I gravitate
Yes.
towards that.
No, it makes sense. You think I would? I guess I don't love reading 24-hour time like that. I don't really find it fun or enjoyable. So I guess that's why I steer
Well,
away from them. Maybe I just need
let
to
me tell
get
you,
one.
I've had my Grand Seiko GMT for almost 2 years now. I've never set
Never.
the GMT hand. I've never looked at it. It's
Yeah.
just there. It's just there for
I
looks.
guess I have weird. If I have a complication like that, I feel compelled to use it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know why.
understandable.
Maybe I could just leave it. Um, all right, so I think we can do. I think we can do four. I know that's your favorite. Longines was your ultimate number one, but maybe we can squeeze in another one. I'm going to go for Credor.
Oh, interesting.
Yep, a brand. It's an offshoot of Seiko. Uses spring drive technology in many of their watches. Shared with Grand Seiko and the higher end Seiko models. Last year at the Grand Seiko event, where Joe Kirk was there at our authorized dealer, where we got to check out the Kodo, Tourbillon, like all these crazy watches. They had the, I'm gonna butcher it, Aichi spring drive in platinum. It's $50,000. But
Okay.
boy, I love that watch. And then they came out with the, let's see if I can get it here, the Kuan, the GCLX 999 with the 7R31 manual winding spring drive. I have a local friend here who bought one. He actually got it in Japan from Grand Seiko. He went there and they sized it for him, and yeah, they treated his family great. It was an awesome experience. He sent me all the pictures. Had like a private tour and everything, and he picked it up there in Japan. And boy, ever since he got that watch, I so I was very close to buying one. It was right when the tariffs were announced, and a guy gave me. I checked in with a dealer in Japan on Chrono 24. He gave me a deal, decent deal, nothing great, but he did take some off of the price. And then Trump announced the tariffs, and he messaged me back and he said he could not honor the discount. This is when I
Oh,
hadn't
okay.
bought a watch for like 4 months, and I was kind of jonesing, and I had some money saved, and I was like, you know what, I could do this. It has smaller links than Grand Seiko. It almost has the same clasp as Grand Seiko, but smaller, different links. So I think I could probably find a good fit. I'm more likely to find a good fit on a bracelet like that than Grand Seiko links are just a little long, and it makes it, for my wrist anyway, a little difficult. But yeah, these run, like I'm looking at one on Chrono 24 now, like 8,500. They've come down a little bit again. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I think it could definitely happen. I'm a little afraid of a tariff VAT situation on a almost $9,000 watch, and I'm just not there to spend that much money right now for sure. But
Yeah.
it'd have to be maybe a year from now or 6 months at least. But yeah,
Yeah.
this watch is awesome.
It's tough to keep up with the tariff news. I think the Japan tariff is still very high and kicking in
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah,
So that hurts you
yep.
there. But Credor's interesting. Even the or even the Seiko and Grand Seiko fans I know aren't that into Credor. It's definitely very niche, especially here in the US, I imagine. But
There's a lot of them that are ugly, and you can get a Credor. It's weird. It's like a weird price gulf, like Seiko even. There, you can go on Chrono 24, and there are $250 Credors, and there are $50,000 Credors. It's so
wow.
weird. It's a very
Yeah.
strange brand. There's like almost fashion watch quartz versions, and then there's beautiful platinum $50,000 versions all over the place. That Node that Watches with Dennis talked a little bit about a few weeks ago. That's interesting with the 7, 2, and 4, and that's the only numerals that are on the watch. Very odd watch, but that's a bit attractive to me. Spring Drive watch. So it's another way to get into Spring Drive and check out some really cool watches. Yeah, definitely don't love everything they do, but this GCLX 999, it's on the short list for sure.
Cool.
You want to do one more?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
We're only 50 minutes there, 49 and a half minutes in. We might be able to do five.
Um, I'll go quickly with this one. This one's just a sizing issue, Omega. Um, I'm a Seamaster line kind of guy. I'm not a Speedmaster or Constellation or anything. I really like the Seamaster. I really like some Aquaterras. My favorite Aquaterras are all 41 millimeters. I feel like they get the better colors. Um, and so if they come out with some of them, well, first of all, I love the two-tone. They have the two-tone, they have a yellow gold and a rose gold with a black dial Aquaterra. Now, obviously, those are pricey. I don't know if it's still there, but there's been one on Toppers for a long time, the black dial yellow gold
Mm-hmm.
two-tone, and they keep lowering the price on it. And I'm like, why can't this be 38 millimeters? That would be
Yes.
so awesome.
Saw that in person a few weeks ago when I
Oh, you
went to the
did?
Omega AD. It's real nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They have and then the 41 millimeters has the white dial with the orange seconds hand, which I think looks really cool.
Yep.
I know like 38 millimeters, there's like a million colors, they came out with a lot of different colors. It's just like nothing like super appeals to me. I really like the lacquered dial, black dial, but again, it has the monochromatic
Yep.
issue. So I love the Seamaster. I would like a little smaller. I really wanted to wear the white dial at one point. I was really big fan of, and I just couldn't do it. It was just a little too big if they had a 40 millimeter or 39. I think there's been some rumblings about a 38, but I don't know how true those rumors are. I think people are maybe like trying to will it into an existence
Right.
instead of it actually happening. But if they could get it done, it's been close with some Omegas, but if they could hit it at some point, I'm sure, for me.
I am warming up to the Aquaterra. I used to just not be attracted to the teak dial at all. I just thought they were way too dressy. I didn't like that they had PCLs. But I'm coming around on the Aquaterra. Just even seeing that two-tone, like that's really nice. That's a
Mm,
great Explorer alternative if you're not really into it. It looks way nicer than the two-tone Explorer too.
mhm.
And that was a bad choice. I'm surprised that is still being made. Not a great watch, but yeah, the two tone Aquaterra is nice. They had the blue one with the yellow seconds hand. That's the one I would get. I think that one's really fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had that there. I like that color combo. I like blue and yellow and black and yellow very much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are nice combos. You don't get overwhelmed with the yellow just a little bit. And I think that's
What do you
nice.
think of Tudor using yellow as the GMT hand for those GMTs that they released, the Black Bay Pro? They have it in the
Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, they look good. It's not as yellowy. I've seen them in person.
yeah.
I have not seen the white one in person. I've seen the black one a few times. And they're also wearable. I think the thickness gets overblown. I think a lot of people just write watches off, and I'm guilty as charged because of size. But then you try them on, it's like, this is okay. And then sometimes you try watches on that you think are going to work, and like, no way, this does not work on
Mhm.
me at all.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's an okay watch. Yeah, it's more of like a yellowish orange, I think, in
Yeah,
person
yeah.
anyway. That's how my eyes see it anyway.
Yeah, I think they dropped the ball with the GMT color, the
Yeah,
color of the hand.
yeah. It reminds me of that. Another Longines I really liked was that Hodinkee collaboration, which kind of looks like the Black Bay Pro. But going back to Longines, that's a really nice one too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know it got kind of bagged on for being a Black Bay Pro sort of rip off, but I don't know. I thought that was nice.
I would choose it over the Black Bay Pro.
I would too.
So yeah.
Totally, 100%. All right, so I'm debating what's going to be my fourth here. Oh, all right. So I think if I had a choice right now, IWC, but it would only be one watch, the Ingenieur.
Okay.
I don't. A lot of their watches don't do much for me. Longines problem. Lugs are long, so even a watch like the Spitfire, which I think is what 39, 40, it wears big, and I just don't love the way it wears. But yeah, the Ingenieur, we saw them in person a few weeks ago. They are just so nice. Oh man, they wear nice. They're great. I would probably get the titanium. I think that comes in like
Okay.
maybe there were new models offered recently at Watches and Wonders, but there was like the white dial that was in titanium. Came close to buying that on top or pre-owned a couple times when they've had them. The prices are coming down on the steel ones pre-owned, so I'm not sure what kind of a discount you can get on those from the authorized dealer, but I would go
Right.
pre-owned. I think you can get in around 8K for the stainless steel, probably slightly more for titanium. The Ingenieur is what I would choose. Yes.
Yeah, I like the blue green dial on Janur.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, they're really classy watches. They're fun. I think they can be dressed up, dressed down. They're kind of, I hate the term, but they're sort of a gotta watch. You can kind of just wear that for anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do
Agreed.
five. Can you do one more?
Yeah, I could do one more.
All right.
My last one is Christopher Ward, and I
Ah.
think they're being taken off. This is like they like made it for this conversation, but they're being taken off afterwards. I feel like I'm like Bobby Legs with Oris. Like I respect Christopher Ward, but I don't think I'd ever buy one. Although I probably like him more than maybe Bobby Legs likes Oris.
Yeah, I don't
But
think he respects Oris at all.
that was always his line, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, a few things. One, I don't like paying. I don't want to pay the duties that you have to pay with it. And then how does that even work if you need it serviced? You need to send it back. It seems like a huge hassle. So you're not, you know, Christopher Ward is the value brand, which I have an issue with, and I'll address that too. But then it's like you have to all these extra, you know, amounts on top of it. It doesn't make it seem like that much of a deal anymore. Um, and then also, um, I think I've heard Pete McConnell talk about this, and usually we disagree with things, but this kind of resonated with me. But like the fact that they promote the value of the watches so much is kind of a turnoff. Like I don't buy watches because they're a great value. I buy like my washer and dryer that I recently had to buy because it was a good value for money. Like
Right.
for watches, my main concern is I just don't want to feel like I'm being ripped off. Like if it's a good value or feel like I'm getting great value, that's awesome. But it's not a reason to buy a watch. So the fact that they promote that over a lot of other things they could be promoting, I know it's just kind of weird. And I feel like the non like, you know, Bel Canto 12 Loco, it's still kind of like sterile. I don't know. There's something about the brand that doesn't grab me like other brands do. I don't even know if I could explain it. But yeah, they have a lot of great watches. The 12 Skeleton, while probably too big for me, is an awesome watch. I think the Loco looks good. The Bel Canto, when I saw that in person, I was like really impressed by it. I think they used the two best colors on the limited ones, you know, unless you're going to get the like the newer version, the like the dressier version with the like the guilloche dial or whatever they are. Um, I think they like the blue and the green would have been awesome, and like to have like a I don't know. I think the black one might be the one I would go for. But again, it's more than I want. Like the really great watches that they have are like too much. Like I don't want to spend that much on a Christopher Ward. So it's just like a weird thing to also deal with. So I feel like there's too many strikes that are keeping me from buying it. Who knows what the future holds, but for now, it's just not a brand I consider buying anymore.
Yep.
Even though I did for a long time. I actually bought a Christopher Ward once and canceled the pre-order before it shipped. So I almost got one once.
Which one did you buy or almost buy?
It was like this limited edition, like blue-green dial. It's like a trend. It's like a trend of what I'm talking about today. Watch. Ultimately, I really like the dial, but overall the case wasn't really to my liking. It just, I'm glad that I didn't buy it. I'm glad I did cancel it. So yeah, I came very close. And actually my wife really loves I think it's 37 millimeter moon phase with a Venturine dial. She like absolutely loves that watch, but she wants the moon phase to be accurate. And the only way you could do that is if you wear it all the time because it's automatic.
Yes.
If it was quartz, she would be all over that watch.
Those are nice. The moon phase watches are moon glowed. Is the one I think I had my eye on. That would probably be the only Christopher Ward I would be interested in buying. It would have to be pre-owned. I'm with you on the Bellcat. The brand in general, I've talked about it a bunch. I don't know. They don't resonate with me. I think they're a confused brand. Now that they have the logo set and they're staying with it, I don't really like the logo, but you're sticking with it. Like, okay, I like that. Even if I don't care for it, just stick with one thing.
Yeah. But I want to make it clear that I really like what they're doing, and I'm always interested to see whatever their new release is because they're pretty cool. Like, and they recently came out with that documentary on the Loco release. Like, that was really interesting. Like, I really like what they're doing. It's just I just can't make the purchase for reasons stated.
Yeah, I think the Bel Canto is cool. I finally got to check one out at a meetup last month or the month before, and boy, yes, I was very impressed. I wore great too. Like, fit really nicely, actually, a little too nicely, but still, I don't think I like $3,500 like it. I don't know. There's other things I'd rather just put that money towards, or save it for a more expensive watch, even. But yeah, I don't know.
It's weird. It's interesting because we're talking about brands we really like, and for some reason I haven't bought yet. So I feel like this podcast is all negative.
Yeah, I know.
Even though it's like 5 brands I really like, I feel like I'm just
Just
focusing
wait
on the
till we do the
negatives.
5 brands we'll never buy again episode. All right. My last one is JLC. A Reverso is in my future. If I only buy like one or two more expensive watches, which we're probably going there, we're getting the house painted. We just had some work done, which is one of the main reasons we did not do watch soup last night. Because Tuesday night, the guys were here working till like 9 o'clock, and I was just afraid that was going to happen again. But I digress. But yeah, JLC, a Reverso, probably have to go pre-owned, even though I think my AD would love me even more if I bought it from her. She was selling me real hard when I went there to try them on. And you have to try a Reverso on. I think buying one of those blindly is risky because, with the shape of them, you never know how it's going to wear. But I tried, and I can't remember what the dimensions were. I'd have to go in again and try them on and make sure I was buying the right one. But like the $14,000 price tag is just hard to swallow. So I have to get it pre-owned, especially with the way they raise prices. Like I said in my last podcast, I think, or the one before. Yeah, if when I'm ready to buy, they might be 15,000. Then that's just too much. It's just too much. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they make a lot of nice watches. The Master Control, the Geophysic models. My wife's co-worker, a doctor, has a nice, I think it's a Master Control, just a nice, classy watch. Looks really great. But I think Reverso would be the way I would go. So that's why I was deciding between if we only did 4, if I would go IWC over JLC. But I think if I could buy one right now, I'd probably go with the Ingenieur just because I'm feeling a little more playful in my watches and I don't need something quite so dressy right now. But I've never had an integrated sports watch really. So I think it would be kind of neat to have an Ingenieur. But yeah.
I think this whole exercise was a lot easier for me than you because you've bought a lot more watches from a lot more brands than I have.
Right. Now, you've owned Laurier, right? I was thinking you may go there, but you have owned them. I know you like that brand.
Owned them.
Yeah,
I've owned, how many I think I've owned one. Yeah, one of them.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I've owned like, I should do a list, 70 or 80 brands at this point. I'm sure. Maybe not that many. That sounds high.
I would love to see a full list of every watch you've ever purchased.
Well, every watch, that'd be impossible. I could tell you every brand, probably.
You don't think you could go back in your like camera roll and see a picture of every watch?
Maybe. I have that Amazon Prime photo app, which the second you're on Wi-Fi, it backs up all your photos. And you could even search by keywords, which is kind of fun. Like if you type in tree, it'll just
okay.
give you all the photos you've ever taken with trees in them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I use that at my iPhone.
Yeah.
When I'm looking for watch shots. I just type in watch.
Yeah. Probably. But yeah, that's a lot of watches. That's a lot of watches. I've bought a lot of watches. Hopefully not buying as many anymore. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be a long list. It'll be easier for me to probably do 5 brands I'd never buy again. And that might be hard for you because you don't buy a lot of watches.
Yeah.
We may have to do 3 on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, especially I've looked at, in case people are curious, I've only bought 14 watches.
Wow.
Which to a non-watch person sounds like a lot of watches, but to a watch person is like hardly anything. And I think 6 have been Seiko or Grand Seiko. So that only leaves so many other brands.
Yeah, wow. I didn't know you only bought 14. How long have you been in the hobby?
But my first watch in 2018, February of 2018, that was the Hamilton Khaki Field, which is when the next watch comes in, that's the watch to go. Because I just don't wear it at all.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to keep it for like sentimental reasons. It got me into watches and everything. But if I don't wear it, I mean, what's the point?
Right. I know we've had this discussion before, but like getting rid of watches that you love just because there's only room for so many. So I've sold many watches I really love. I probably talked about how much I love them and then they were gone. But that's just, if you want a new watch or whatever, sometimes you have to make sacrifices. And at least we have the pictures and stories. Like I don't feel like I need to own every watch I love. And I've only rebought one exact same watch, and that was a Black Bay 58. I bought the black one twice. I've owned versions of like many versions of the Turtle and like 3 or 4 versions of the Black Bay 58 at this point, but one for one rebuy, that was the only one. I think.
Yeah, usually it doesn't surprise me when you sell. Sometime I think one time recently, I think you sold 2 watches at once, and one of them was your Citizen.
Yes.
And that was kind of surprising.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you miss that at all?
Nope. The thing with me is I don't even think about them when they're gone. Like Homer has that and he loves it now, and he'll send me a picture of it and like yeah. But no, so on a watch group I'm in, one was for sale, the exact same watch that I had, and it got down low. The guy kept bumping it, and it was almost like stupid for me to not buy it, and then somebody did, and I was very thankful because I was like, way less than I ended up selling mine for. And I was like, man, this is ridiculous. And I messaged the guy, I was like, this is such a stupid price. He's like, I know, people just don't realize how great these are. And I was like, man. But no, I resisted. I did not rebuy it. And then somebody ended up buying it, and they got an awesome watch, that's for sure.
Do you remember the final price?
It was less.
Did it have a 1 in front?
It was less than 2. Yep. It was like 18 or 16. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is pretty crazy for that. That retailed for 4K, and it was in like great shape too.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Duratect on those, I mean, I wear my watches pretty hard, and mine had a couple scratches on the bezel, but really nothing on the clasp. I mean, Duratect really protects that super titanium.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah. But that was a great watch, but I don't know if I loved it because I let it go, but I really enjoyed it, and I'm happy I got my time with it.
Yeah.
But once I put them in the mailbox, I generally don't think, I haven't thought about my Moser since I sent it off. I think Delray still has it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He charged more than I bought it for like 2 years ago. So.
Yeah, when I traded in my Oris for a Grand Seiko, I think they had it for 2 years. Sitting out there.
Delray?
No, AD by me.
Yeah. I always kind of feel bad. I've sold some watches to Topper, and they hang out there a long time. I think the GP casket ended up getting like discounted several times before they actually sold it. Yeah, feel kind of bad, but whatever. All right. Well, I guess we'll end there. Thank you so much, Keith. This was great. And yeah, we're going to do a little trilogy of episodes here based on these top 5 lists or 4 lists or 3 lists, whatever we can have time to fit in. But yeah, awesome to have you back. So glad you had a happy birthday. Anything you want to plug? TV show, watch YouTube, watch podcasts, anything?
This has been my best year of TV ever. I feel like every TV show I watch is just awesome, and I'm halfway through The Bear season 4 right now. That's awesome. I started WWE Unreal last night. I was actually up too late watching that.
Is it good?
Really interesting. It's very good. I wish they didn't pull the curtain back as much as they are.
Yeah.
Kayfabe is, I think,
dead.
important in wrestling. But I guess it's gone now. So
it's dead. Yeah.
I mean, have you watched it?
No, I have not.
I mean, they talk about like talking to the referees and what they say to the refs and keeping the time on the match. I mean, it's everything.
Wow. I know I did see a clip on like a reel or something. Kevin Owens talking to Cody Rhodes after their match and like how they screwed something up and Cody got dropped on the ladder on his neck or something.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Owens was all bloody and he apologized to him. And yeah, I don't know. I agree with you. I liked when there was a little more mystery to it. It is neat to see that stuff, but I don't know if I need to. Cody Rhodes was actually on Hot Ones today.
Oh, yeah. My brother sent that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even show like Rhea Ripley like going over her moves before the match. I got to do this, and then we go into this, and then we go into that. It's like it's very well done, but it's pretty wild what they show.
Yeah. In contrast to that, I've been watching some Hulk Hogan clips since he passed, and he talked about how he never rehearsed anything. They just called it in the ring. That was like the old school way. I guess Macho Man really liked to rehearse, and Hogan was like, "No, just follow me, brother." That's actually a pretty good brother. Anyway, all right, we're people have shut it off at this point. So again, thank you so much, Keith. We will hear from Keith again, hopefully very soon. Since Sanjay is off being a dad and working at his new job, and we don't hear from him much anymore. I think Keith is going to take the mantle of probably most appearances. So the coveted mantle. All right, man. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you, Keith, for joining. Remember, sometimes you're the dog, sometimes you're the hydrant, but at least you're outside. We'll catch you on the next episode of the Watch Dog Podcast. See you later. And my dog shakes right on cue.